Hi everyone, and welcome to the Book Refuge, and welcome to a weekly reading vlog. I always feel weird like restarting after the end of a month because I've started not doing one the last week of the month so that I can do the wrap up on that day. And I'm excited for December to be here. It is the first day of December, and I'm looking forward to spending time with family this month. I had a great couple days back home in Brainerd, Minnesota. Came back just before the big snowstorm we got. It isn't like massive or anything. I'm sure we'll have it worse than we just did, but the first one always hurts a little bit. And it got cold and it was frustrating. But it's okay. Still able to go to church today and hang out with my friends, and it's gonna be a good week. Busy week as usual, but it's gonna be great. So let's talk about what I'm gonna be reading. So today the buddy read with Murphy's Patreon group starts, and it's for Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. This, as far as I know, is about a girl named Sansia Gardo, who is a thief. And I've only read the first chapter so far because I was reading it while I was waiting for my friends to pick me up, and I'm already pretty into it. It starts in the middle of her like stealing something, and I really like heist books when they're done well as this one has magic in it, and I'm excited to give it a go. I'm really liking how it's set up. I'm interested to learn more about the magic and to like see what this is about, because I don't know anything besides it's a thief. It reminded some people of Six of Crows in certain aspects, and it was fun. That's all that I've heard. Haven't seen a single review for it or anything more than that, so I'm excited to give it a go. Then, while I was at my friend's house, I started reading Devil's Daughter by Lisa Kleypas. This is the fifth and the final one that's out so far. There is still at least one more coming out about one of the other sisters, but here's the inside. This one's beautiful. She looks like Belle. It's not even too smutty. It's really pretty. But this is about West Ravenel and Phoebe, and I know this is a crossover from like the Devils series or whatever, or the Wallflower series. And I've already read one earlier in the series. Devil in Spring is also a crossover. So I haven't read the Wallflowers yet. I know you should have technically read them first, but who cares? I'm gonna read them, and they're historical romance. It doesn't matter too much how you mess it up, but I'm very excited to be caught up in this series and to read this one, and this is probably what I'm mostly going to read tonight. And then I want to try to make some progress on Supernova this week. This is a carryover from last month, and I really want to get to it before I hear any more spoilers about it. I already know a few of them, which that's totally fine. I just love the artwork in this. I love you can see the Sentinel back here, who's like Iron Man almost. I'm really excited to see how this wraps up because the first two books were very intense, and I love Marissa Meyer. So these are the three books I'm gonna work towards. Work is very stressful right now this time of year, just a mix of a lot of things. And yeah, so that's what's happening. If you don't, I always forget to mention things like this because, you know, Booktube to me is sharing the books I read, not the, business side of things. But I just want to remind you, I have a Discord group down below. You can join at any time. I take video requests there. It's a good place to put book suggestions for me because in the comments, sometimes I miss stuff. But in my Discord, it is. We also always have our weekly buddy reads, which if you're seeing this video, the day you see this video, we're starting our buddy read of An Unkindness of Magicians, because I start that next Monday, which is when you'll be seeing this. And yeah, if you want to chat with me, if you want to talk with me more, you can do it there. Also, my channel's almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy to me. It could be by the time you see this, and I want to plan like a special video for that, but I have no idea what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. I probably won't do a Q&A just because, I don't know. I feel like I don't get a lot of response to those kind of things unless you like pump out a giveaway or whatever, which is fine. Not everyone wants to ask you questions. So I might find a way to do like something really fun for that. I don't know what it would look like. I think 1,000 subscribers is kind of too small to do a live show still, because I feel like there wouldn't be a ton of people at that. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm really proud of myself. I thought it would take a lot longer to get here because I don't really do the kind of like, I don't want to call it marketing, but I don't do the same level of social media stuff that other people do, because really it's all about the books for me. Like, that's why I'm here. And I like making booktube videos because I read a lot and I feel like I can share them from a gushy side with people. And that's why that's why I like to do this. So yeah, but anyway, enough rambling. I'll check back in later. This week, the stuff. So I have class tomorrow night. I only have 2 classes left, which is good because I'm ready to be done. It's been a wonderful class, but I'm ready for a break from it. And then I have to get my shots for Columbia, and I'm not looking forward to that. I don't go to Columbia till March, but some of them, like, they're good for years and years. So this was when I could get in. So I'm going to do that. And then my dad is hopefully coming to stay for the weekend, which would be great because he hasn't been here in a long time because he's been really busy. And usually he tries to come like every other month to see me, and it's been like 6 months, which has been sad. But anyway, that's what the week is looking like. I will check in with you soon. And yeah. Hey guys, don't mind this hideous zit on my face. I haven't had a zit in like 6 months, but you know, sometimes your period still gets you guys. Sometimes it does. So I have like healing paste on it. But I interrupt my regular programming for some awesome unboxings to do real quick. And I don't mean unboxings. I mean, I ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon and I just wanted to open them for you real quick and show you what I got as kind of a mini haul. So let's see what I got. A couple of these I know are going to be self-published books that I ordered copies of, and I'm so excited. So here are the first 2. So I have Priest by Sierra Simone, and then the novella that goes with it, Midnight Mass. It's basically like a long, epilogue about the year after. I just put this in my Kindle romance update, and I really like these. This is about a priest named Tyler who falls in love with a woman and has to decide if he should give up his, calling, or if the girl really is his calling. And then this is, spoiler alert, about their first year together. And they're really sexy and really fun, and I just wanted to have copies of them. Then I also ordered, wow, this is such a big copy. I ordered Dark Notes, which was also in it, and Before I Ever Met You by Karina Halle. So this one is by Pam Goodwin. This is a dark age gap romance, very dark, very taboo as well, but I really liked it. I really liked what it meant, and I had to have it. So I got it. And then I also got this one, which this one is an age gap as well, but it's more of a fun one. It is about a girl named, what's her name? Can't find it. This doesn't tell me. Forget names. Jackie. And so it's about Jackie, and she gets a job working for her dad's best friend. Her dad and her dad's best friend are business partners, and she falls in love with him, and it's really great. She has a son who's like 6 years old, and he's amazing. And this one was really fun and really beautiful, and I'm really happy that I ordered this one as well. So then let's see what's in here. I'm not sure. Oh, perfect. I got my Someone to Remember by Mary Below. So that's awesome. Wow, this is really short one. But, and I'm also like 3 books behind in this series, but who cares? I have to buy them as they come out. This is the Westcott novels. This is kind of like a novella. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then the piece de resistance, what I am most excited for, hold on, this one might need some help opening. This is my 2020 bookish planner. I get this from Little Inklings Design. She's in Canada. She makes these beautiful book planners every year. This is my 2019 planner that you've probably seen in videos before. And oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited. She updated the design in some really pretty ways. This is my 2020 planner. Oh my gosh. It's hardback this time, which is way better. And I'm so excited to fill this up. I already have like January video ideas. So each one, like at the front, there's all this, wow, I'm not even showing you. At the front, it has like, you can put your goals for your channel or for your life. You can put your like TBR for the year in here. You can write down your favorite quotes as you come across them. And then for each month, you get, this is what I use to plan my videos. Like I use this page to plan my videos. And then there is a TBR page, new releases you want to purchase. And then you can write each day, you can do whatever you've like read, which I don't usually do that. And then you can do your book reviews for that month. And then there should be a page where you can like wrap up your favorites and everything. So I'm so excited. It's so gorgeous. And this was just kind of like a mini haul that I wanted to show you of a bunch of books that came in. One of the things about like, sometimes it's hard, they're all different sizes, which is annoying, but I'm starting to get a lot of them and they're the same size. So anyway, reading update, I pushed through Lord of Chaos today with the help of some summaries. So we'll talk about that at the end of the week. But, I just had to get through it. And now I'm reading Foundry Side, which I'm only about 7 chapters in, but it's going okay. And yeah, I will check back in with you soon. Oh my word, hi. Oh my gosh, look at this hideous thing. It is so annoying. You know when you have a zit and then it turns into a big spot on your face and you hate your life. Anyway, wow guys, I'm watching Turn Washington Spies right now and it is really painful. I'm finishing season 3. Don't know if you watched that when it was on, but I love history. And I'm reading, I'm reading through the Outlander series again, and I just wanted some American. And one of the things I love about this show is that it is very, like, both sides are shown in their good and their bad. Everybody does things they don't want to do in war, and especially when you're talking about a spy ring. So, anyway, random side note, I just had to, like, gush a little. So I'm reading The Soldier. Ooh, look at those pecs right there. Which 2 months ago I read The Heir, which is the first book in this series. It's by Grace Barrows. The Duke's Obsession is the name of the series. And the first one, if you'll remember, I did a long rambly thing in my wrap up. I think it's my September wrap up that physical touch was a big thing in there, which I love when it's represented. And also, I loved it for the family, and this is a family of, like, there's 10 siblings, 9 of them are still alive, and this one's about the oldest one who's legitimate. So The Heir is about the oldest who is a legitimate son, and I love him. His name is Gale, and he was perfect. His love interest, really annoying, but he was everything I wanted. This one is about... This is about Devlin, who's the oldest sibling, and he's illegitimate before his dad, like, settled down and got married and stuff. And this one, again, like, the family is just, they're so loving. Like, he's having a little bit of, I'm assuming it's some PTSD, and he's also has had some, like, I'm not calling it, like, erectile dysfunction, but he just hasn't had feelings for anyone in so long because of his PTSD. And so, obviously, I'm sure the heroine in the story is going to have something to do with that. but also he's just been just a little bit depressed. But he's still this really great guy. Like, it's not the trope of the soldier with PTSD that's so bad that they're, like, having nightmares and raging and doing all these things, which is one side of it. Like, that's a fair side to show. But this is more of the side of where he's just kind of emotionally closed off a little bit. And so his family members, his brother-in-law, like, shows up and is like, your niece wants to see you and you haven't come to visit her, and she's really mad, and so she sent me all the way out here to check on you, and then your sisters-in-law sent me to check on you as well. And it's just so cute because he's like, we love you and we're concerned, and so I came to visit to see how you are. And it's not out of, like, a pushy thing. Like, it's not out of a, we want to control you, you're not doing the things we want, but it's out of, like, genuine care, and it's so precious. So I'm just, like, 60 pages into this. I'm having a good time. Foundry side, going really great. The magic system is fascinating. I can't even get into explaining it because it's way too much for me. I started Drums of Autumn because I know it's going to take me a while. So I'm only 50 pages into this as well, but I started because I annotate these, and this is the pretty hefty one. I actually reread this one at the very beginning of this year when season 4 came out, and season 5 comes out next year in February. So anyway, there is a clip for you. This ended up being longer than I thought, but I just wanted to rant about something, so look at that, and check back in with you later. Hopefully this friggin' thing will be gone by then. Hi everyone, and I'm gonna dive right into this wrap up because I have a lot of books sitting over here to go over. In fact, I even will leave those two up there. So I finished reading The Devil's Daughter, which is the 5th book in the Ravenel series, and I am completely caught up, waiting for Chasing Cassandra comes out early next year. This one, I think I said this, I didn't love it as much as the rest, and I'm sad because this was about West Ravenel, who we meet in the first book, and we see him at different points all the way through. He has an amazing character arc through the rest of the series, but by the time we get to him in this one, he's kind of like done cooking. Like, he's become this amazing character, and I really wish I could have seen some of his growth a little more close up in his own book, and I feel like I didn't get that, and it makes me a little bit sad. So I ended up giving that only a 4-star, which for me, those are usually 5. Also, I drug my way through Lord of Chaos that I was reading for 52 days, which is the longest that I was reading any of the Robert Jordan books so far. And so I officially am taking a break for the month of December, and we'll see if I pick it up in January. I might need another month break. The thing is that I talked about this with Murphy, is that I feel like the slog already started for me, and then the ending was a bang, and it pulls it back a little bit. But I just was not as engaged as I wanted to be. Not enough was happening with the characters I wanted stuff to happen with, and so it was really frustrating to me. So I actually only gave that one a 3-star. Next, I'll talk about, I finished this book called Marriage for One. I think the author's name is like Elise, right? I'm not going to say it. I'll put a picture up here. I picked up this book because Chandler Ainsley did it in her Kindle Unlimited reading. This is about Jack and Rose, and yes, there are Titanic references in the book. And Rose is trying to open a coffee shop, and there's some crazy things with her, like, uncle's will. I think it's her uncle, and she's not going to be able to do it. And Jack, who is a high-profile business attorney, he asks her to marry him for a business deal, and he will, for 2 years, let her own the building, and then at the end of that, if her business isn't successful, he'll get the building and he can resell it or whatever. It's a weird setup, but it's an arranged marriage story, and this was a slow burn. Like, nothing really happens with them till about 60% of the book, but I was in the mood for a slow burn, and I really liked this. I gave it a 4-star because there was some weird things with the plot. Like I said, some things didn't make sense how we got to that point. And then the thing that, like, you know, is the drama in the story, I didn't feel like was as big of a deal as the heroine did, because I really like Jack, and he's very, like, grumpy, gruff, but he's not mean. He's just very honest and kind, but he's got that grumpy crust on the outside. So I liked it. So that one was a 4-star for me. I also read I can't remember the title, but it's this trilogy by, again, I'm sorry, I don't have it like in front of me, but it's about these 3 sisters in this family, and their family owns an inn, and it starts with an age gap story that is about this girl and then the CFO of the company, so the finance advisor, and she wants to open a bakery, and she's 26 years old, but she had chronic illness as a child, and so her family still treats her like a baby, and they don't want to let her do anything on her own because they're worried about her heart. And the hero, he has 3 daughters and is recently divorced from his wife. And so he doesn't have time for romance because he's barely holding it together for his 3 kids. And also he's older. He's like 38, and he feels too old for this girl, but they have a serious chemistry, and it was adorable. And then the other 2 books are about her older sisters, who one of them just gets broken up with, and it causes her to go home to visit. And one of them, it's about her and her rival, and they go into business together. So these were adorable. I really like them. I don't always talk about my Kindle Unlimited Reads, but I wanted to bring that up. Next, I have 4 books that I started this week, and not much has happened with them. So I started The Soldier by Grace Burrows. This is the sequel to The Heir, which is one of my favorite historical romances I've ever read. This one has a bit of a slower start. This is about Devlin St. Just, who is the oldest sibling, but he's also the bastard sibling. However, his father is amazing, and he wants to make sure all of his kids are taken care of. So St. Just is wealthy kind of in his own right, and he's a soldier. He's dealing with some PTSD, and he runs into his neighbor, whose name is Emma, and Emma's little cousin used to be the ward of the place that, like, St. Just owned, and so he takes over being the guardian of this little girl, and so that's kind of the exciting incident there. I started reading Foundryside. I am 150 pages into Foundryside. I'm reading this with Murphy's group. The ending was very powerful, and now I'm kind of bored. I'm not going to go over talking what this one is about because I will when I get a better idea. But so far, the startup of the magic is interesting. The main character, I think her name is Sansia. She has this ability where if she touches an object, she can hear, like, its thoughts or feel the emotions associated with it. And there's a pretty high cost to her doing that, and I really enjoy that. Started reading Drums of Autumn. I'm only like 100 pages into this. Super excited. This was previously my favorite Outlander. We'll see if it still is. Speaking of this, just last Saturday, my Dragonfly and Amber review went up. So make sure you check that out if you're following along with my Outlander read-along. And then the last book that I started, because why not, is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. Again, these books are for my, like, books I'm supposed to read next year, but I got the audio. I love the audio for Diviners, and so this is my audiobook this month, is Lair of Dreams. This is the sequel to the Diviners, and this time there is, so, like, Evie has come out. The world knows that there are diviners, that there are people who have special abilities. Evie is kind of capitalizing on this, and she's really hurt by her uncle Will, who made not some of the best choices in regards to her. And I'm just really getting into the story, but there's this disease going around that catches people in their dreams and keeps them in their dreams, and they die there. Basically, they never wake up. And so, be another spooky read. So, these are all the books that I either finished or, well, these are all the ones I started, the ones that I finished. Yeah, check out my Goodreads if you want more details on that. Make sure, yeah, the buddy read for An Unkindness of Magician starts today, so make sure you get in on that if you're interested. And thanks so much for watching. I put up new videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays usually too, and you can watch some more of them right now. Bye!